What's up, guys? JP here, and this is going to be part 4 of my entire DVD collection. Um, I'll have links for part 3, 2, and 1. I'll put them in below, and I'll put something up on the screen too. If you haven't seen them, check them out. I guess I'll just jump right into it. And first up, we have Christine, based off of a Stephen King novel. A really cool movie. It's kind of a silly idea, a killer car and stuff. It sounds kind of cheesy, but it really was executed well, and I don't find it to be cheesy. John Carpenter did a great job directing one of my favorite films that he's done. Um, I haven't watched it in a little while. I plan on watching it very soon again, though, because I just bought this DVD recently, and I still have not watched it yet. Alright, so next we have the Blair Witch Project, which is another one I bought recently, and I still haven't got around to watching. I got a lot of stuff to watch right now, but Blair Witch Project was really a perfect film for its time. It was, groundbreaking stuff. It was just, nobody made a movie like this that was is successful before this movie. This one's, really kicked off the whole found footage thing and stuff. When I was a kid, I thought it was totally real. It really scared me, and even today, certain scenes kind of take me back and bring back memories of being kind of creeped out and scared. So it still can have an effect on me today. Um, After that, we have Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, or Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. In my opinion, really underrated. I think it's a great movie. I haven't watched this one in a while either, but I think that if it wasn't called Blair Witch 2, if it was just called Book of Shadows, it would have been received a little bit better. A lot of people hate on this movie, but lately I've been seeing a lot more people appreciating it, so that's cool. I really like Blair Witch 2. Next up, we have Dog Soldiers, and Dog Soldiers was one that I remember hearing people talk about all the time, and I remember seeing people, show it off and stuff, and always say how good of a werewolf movie it is. And I never seen it, so when I finally bought it, I was actually, it wasn't really overhyped or anything. It was right on. It definitely delivered to expectations, and it's one of my favorite werewolf movies. Now I was really entertained by this movie. It was really cool. I wish they would have made a sequel. This movie was really fun. Um, Next up, we have the movie Dreamcatcher, which is another Stephen King movie. Not the best Stephen King adaptation, but I didn't mind it like a lot of other people did. I thought it was okay. I've watched it a couple times. I really don't like these kind of cardboard cases that Warner Brothers used to do. I wonder if there's a regular plastic case one available. This is a full screen edition too. I remember I got this really cheap somewhere. But it wasn't, the worst, but it wasn't too great either. Next up, we have Eaten Alive, and Eaten Alive was a movie that I just picked up recently. Still have not watched it. It's still sealed, so I don't really know much about it. Besides, it was done by Toby Hooper, and people said it was kind of cheesy, I think. So I'll check it out eventually. And next up we have The Evil Dead. There's probably tons of better editions than this one. There's a lot of Evil Dead editions. Just watching some of the Horror Man's videos, you could tell that there's a lot of Evil Dead editions out there. But this is the one I have. I really like The Evil Dead. It's a great horror movie. I love the atmosphere in the cabin and stuff. Just the all-around great, horror movie. It's a really reminds me of a horror movie. When I think of a horror movie, this is one that always pops into my head. Next up, we have Evil Dead 2, and like Evil Dead 1. There's probably even more editions for this movie out there. But this is the one I have. Evil Dead 2 is also a great movie. A little bit more comedic and stuff. But you know, I've always liked it. And even when I was a kid, when I watched it, there was some scary scenes in it. I didn't even really notice the comedy too much when I was a kid. It was just kind of creepy. I need to get Army of Darkness. I have the VHS, and that's what I've been having for years. I still have not got around to picking up Army of Darkness, which I do like it. I just don't know why I never really went out and got it. Last up for this part, we have the Exorcist box set thing. This I got really cheap, like really cheap, probably under $10, I think. Which seemed really cheap. I don't know what it runs on Amazon, but it seemed really cheap to me. And it was brand new. But it has the first Exorcist movie. They're in slim cases. It has the version you've never seen, which I've actually never seen. I don't know why I've never watched that version. When I bought it, I just decided I would watch the original version, and then never got around to watching the other version. The Exorcist is a awesome, you know, one of the best horror movies ever made in a lot of people's opinions. I wouldn't even put it in my probably top 30. Maybe it would make my top 30. I'm just not a huge fan of, you know, possession movies, but I do, you know, it does deliver on the scares. And then The Exorcist 2, which I started watching, and I just couldn't really get into. I don't know. It was so much different than the first one, and there was a couple scary moments in it. I probably watched most of it, but it was just kind of boring to me. And even though Linda Blair was in it, I thought she did, you know, a good job and stuff, but it just wasn't really entertaining enough. And then I'd never even watched this one yet, which is rare because normally when I've had, you know, I usually watch everything I own. But you know, I'll get around to watching The Exorcist 3 eventually. From what I hear, it's better than Part 2. And then we have Exorcist: The Beginning and the Dominion prequel to The Exorcist. This movie, I've seen the beginning back when it came out. I might have even went to the theater and saw it. I remember not being too impressed with it, but it's been since that's probably the last time I've seen it. And I've never even heard of the Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist, because I think, wasn't The Beginning a prequel also? So I guess they made another one. I don't really know the backstory on that, but yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys in part 5. You know, comment and stuff. I've been getting a lot of cool comments on these videos, and catch you guys later.